Okay, Hare Krishna. We'll continue our discussion on Gajendra Stuti. Yesterday, we discussed shloka number 15. Namo namaste kilakaranaya nishkaranaya bhutakaranaya sarvagamamnaya maharnavaya namo namat. What is that?
नमो
Sarvagamamnaya maharnavaya
नमो
namopavargaya
पार्थाय
maharnavaya
परायणाय
parayanaya. So using that Node GPT, I generated these slides so that we can discuss the summary of what we discussed yesterday. And it came up with a beautiful title also, Understanding Krishna's Supremacy. Because he's the cause of everything. Uh, he's the cause of everything and he does not have any cause. So that establishes his supremacy. That establishes the fact that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Devadi Deva, Akhila Karanaya. Unveiling the source, Krishna's eternal nature and position, Vedic knowledge and Krishna, fulfillment through surrender, the wonderful cause explained. Vishalya, can you read all these slides?
Yes, Prabhuji. The mystery of the uncaused cause. Supreme cause identified. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the origin without origin. He is wonderful because he has no cause, yet causes all. Obeisances to the source. We offer respects to the shelter of Vedic knowledge and the source of the Parampara, providing liberation. Providing liberation.
Yeah.
Understanding the Supreme Lord. Completeness despite
Emanations.
The Lord remains complete despite unlimited emanations. Material withdrawals deplete, but his fullness endures. Govinda, the prime cause. Krishna, also known as Govinda, is the supreme controller with an eternal, blissful form, the origin without origin.
Yeah, so here, completeness despite emanations. That means Krishna is the cause of all causes, Akhila Karanaya. As Mahavishnu is lying down in the Karana ocean, the causal ocean, and with every breath, as he exhales, unlimited number of Brahmandas come out. And there are so many number of unlimited number of jivas in the material world. But still, that Lord, even though everything is emanating, everything is coming out of Vishnu, that Vishnu remains complete, Purnam. Om Purnam Om Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. So this is the shloka from Ishopanishad. It says that Lord is always complete. Even if unlimited number of Brahmandas, unlimited number of Jivas come from the Lord still remains complete. In the material world, if you, let's say you have a bank account and you have $1 million in the bank account, if $1,000 come out of that bank account balance will be reduced by $1,000. Similarly, anything you have some total sum of something, and you take out something from that, you consume something from that, the total sum gets reduced by whatever amount you have withdrawn, you have consumed from that. But in spiritual world, in the case of God, it is not like that. In the case of God, even if unlimited number of things are subtracted or coming out of Vishnu, he still remains Purna. He still remains Purnam. In material world, in general mathematics, 1 minus 1 is 0. Whereas in spiritual calculations, 1 minus 1 is always 1 only. Even if you take out 1 from 1 from that 1, it still remains 1. So that's the beauty of spiritual world. Govinda, the prime cause, that is explained in Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So it's very nice. This tool, it has taken that Brahma Samhita shloka and it has put some points there saying that Govinda is the prime cause. And that's what exactly Brahma Samhita says. Krishna's eternal nature and position. Yeah, go ahead, Vishalya.
The sun analogy, per- perpetual emission. Sun's energy versus Krishna's power. Like the sun perpetually emitting energy, Krishna eternally emanates while retaining his original form.
Yeah,
Krishna's declaration. Krishna declares, everything emanates from me, affirming his role as the source of all creation.
yeah,
Shelter for transcendentalists. The urgency of taking shelter. Everyone must take shelter of Krishna to attain freedom from material bondage as the ultimate refugee. Varied desires one solution. Whether desiring everything, nothing, or merging with the Lord, intelligent beings worship Krishna.
yeah. So this is about Parayanaya. Namo Pavargaya Parayanaya. Parayanaya means shelter for the saintly people, shelter for devotees. So Krishna is the ultimate shelter, Para Ayanaya, the ultimate shelter for all the devotees. And Gajendra in this prayer, by using this name Parayanaya, he is telling everybody the urgency of taking shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. But everybody may not be willing to take the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. Taking shelter of lotus feet of Krishna means surrendering, right? So everybody may not be in a situation to surrender completely to the Lord. Because people have their own desires, they have selfish desires, they want material benefits. So that's why on the right hand side of the screen it says very desires one solution. Whether one has a material desire or whether one has a desire for liberation, hmm? Whether one has a desire to go to spiritual world and serve the Lord, akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusha param. Akama sarva kamo va. Akama means no desire, no material desire. Sarva kamo va. Even if one has lot of material desires. Moksha kama. If one has a desire for liberation. Liberation means merging with the Lord, merging with Brahman. Moksha kama udaradi. Tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta paramam purusham. So it doesn't matter what one is inclined to, whether one has desire, no desire, or desire for liberation, desire to serve the Lord, everybody can start worshipping Krishna. And as they worship, slowly and gradually they will uh, they will practice surrender, and one fine day they will take complete sharanagati of the Lord. So
Purpose of
here,
yeah.
you know, this section, Vedic knowledge and Krishna. So what is the word from the shloka?
Sarvagamamnaya.
Sarvagamamnaya Maharnavaya. Correct.
Purpose of Vedic literature. Understanding Krishna through Vedas. By studying Vedic literature, one should understand Krishna as the central focus and ultimate goal. Vedic knowledge flows to him. The Vedas point to Krishna, the ocean towards whom all Vedic knowledge flows, so seek shelter in him alone.
Yeah. Good. How nicely the tool has separated these two things, these two words. On the left side, it is Sarvagamamnaya. On the right side, it is Maharnavaya. Yeah, beautiful. As if somebody is telling everything and it is writing the notes like this. Very beautiful.
The goal of transcendentalists. Ultimate goal explained. Intelligent transcendentalists take shelter of Krishna, abandoning a two other paths, recognizing him as the ultimate goal. The supreme repose. Krishna is the supreme Lord, the supreme repose, the ultimate destination for all spiritual seekers.
Yeah. So what is this word?
Parayanaya.
Parayanaya. Yeah. So in one of the previous slides also, Parayanaya is mentioned. Yeah. Fulfillment through surrender. So this is I think
Apavargaya.
uh,
Apavargaya.
Apavargaya. I think so. Yeah. Then that's the only thing left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can be free from this material.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
The Lord's reciprocity, rewarding surrender. The Lord declares that He rewards living entities according to their surrender, catering to their specific desires, fulfilling karmic desires. Even those desiring material enjoyment can attain their desires from Krishna, highlighting His benevolence.
Yeah. Yeah. Apavargaya.
Seeking liberation, worshipping for liberation. One should worship Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to attain liberation from the cycle of birth and death. The path of transcendental service. Engaging in transcendental loving service is the intelligent way to worship Lord Krishna.
Yeah. So during discussion, we repeat some points again and again, right? I think that's why we are seeing some of these slides getting repeated. Yeah.
Krishna as the wonderful cause. His completeness. He remains complete despite the innumerable expansions and creations emanating from him. He is eternal. Everything emanates from him perpetually, yet he maintains his original eternal form of bliss and knowledge.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think this all discussed already. I think we can, yeah. So good. So every day we can just, quickly go through these slides so that we can get a summary of what we discussed. Okay.
Prabhuji,
So, uh,
actually, in between I couldn't join. Our class has gone to next level now, Prabhuji. Really, what tool is this? How you got? There are these two.
yeah, we are progressing very fast, Srividya. We are just a few inches away from spiritual world.
Really nice, Prabhuji.
We are just few inches from Krishna.
Very nice, Prabhuji. How you got this, Prabhuji? How this, what tool is this? How it,
So this is called Node GPT.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you provide a link of my YouTube class to that, and within 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, it gives all those slides.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really awesome.
yeah, beautifully, beautifully done.
So everything you are using for Krishna's seva, all
Yeah, yeah,
technology.
yeah.
Very nice.
Mm. Okay, so today's shloka.
Sukshma and asukshma services, all we are using towards Krishna.
Yeah. Okay, so today's shloka 16. Gunaranichanna chidusmapaya takshobha vishpurjitamanasaya.
Manasaya.
नैष्कर्म्य भावेन विवर्जितागमा स्वयं प्रकाशाय नमस्करोमि.
नैष्कर्म्य भावेन स्वयं प्रकाशाय नमस्करोमि.
Okay, we will read the word for word translation. Guna by the three gunas, the modes of material nature, sattva, rajas and tamas. Arani by arani wood, channa covered, chit of knowledge, usmapaya unto him whose fire, tatshobha of the agitation of the modes of material nature, vishpurjita outside, manasaya unto him whose mind, naishkarmya bhavena because of the stage of spiritual understanding, vivarjita in those who give up, agama Vedic principles, swayam personally, prakashaya unto him who is manifest, nama karomi, I offer my respectful obeisances. Okay, Srividya, can you read translation and purport?
Yeah, Prabhuji. My lord, as the fire in Arani wood is covered, you and your unlimited knowledge are covered by the material modes of nature. Your mind, however, is not attentive to the activities of the modes of nature. Those who are advanced in spiritual knowledge are not subject to the regulative principles directed in the Vedic literatures, because such advanced souls are transcendental. You personally appear in their pure minds. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you.
Yeah, read purport also.
Do you want me to read that slokam also? Te
तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावास्तो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता.
Thank you, Prabhuji. For a devotee who has taken the lotus feet of the Lord within his heart, the Lord gives spiritual enlightenment known as Jnana Deepa by special mercy from within. This Jnana Deepa is compared to the fire hidden within Arani wood. To perform fire sacrifices, great sages previously did not ignite a fire directly. The fire would be invoked from Arani wood. Similarly, all living entities are covered by the modes of material nature, and the fire of knowledge can be ignited only by the Supreme Personality of Godhead when one takes Him within one's heart. Sa vai mana Krishna padara vindayo. If one takes seriously the lotus feet of Krishna, who is seated within one's heart, the Lord eradicates all ignorance. By the torch of knowledge, one immediately understands everything properly by the special mercy of the Supreme Lord and becomes self realized. In other words, although a devotee may externally not be very well educated, because of his devotional service, the Supreme Personality of Godhead gives him enlightenment from within. If the Lord gives enlightenment from within, how can one be in ignorance? Therefore, the allegation of the Mayavadis that the devotional path is for the unintelligent or uneducated is untrue.
Yasti
Yasyasti.
bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana sarvair gunais tatra samasate suraha.
If one becomes an unalloyed devotee of the Supreme Lord, he automatically manifests all good qualities. Such a devotee is above the instructions of the Vedas. He is a Paramahamsa. Even without going through the Vedic literature, a devotee becomes pure and enlightened by the mercy of the Lord. Therefore, my Lord, the devotee says, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a beautiful verse. गुणारणिच्छन्न चिदुस्मपाय तत्क्षोभविस्फूर्जितमानसाय नैष्कर्म्यभावेन विवर्जितागम स्वयं प्रकाशाय नमस्करोमि. So,
Prabhuji,
yeah,
one question.
yeah.
Vispurjit actually means blossom, like it sprouts out. But here the meaning is different. Vispurjita is written as outside.
Uh,
Vispurjit actually means to sprout out.
Yes, sprout out only, right? Maybe that's the outside. It's like coming out.
no, to blossom or to sprout out, that's there's a word for that. Uh, Vikasita.
Viksit means expansion, but to sprout out is, I mean, in Hindi
No,
we say
Vikasit means
Vispurjita.
to blossom. Mano Vikasam, they say, right? Mano Vikasam means when the mind is opening up, when the mind is enlightened and it's opening up, then it's called Mano Vikasam. So, yeah, because let's see if there are any other meanings given here. No, Vispurjita simply by expansion, outside, agitated.
Agitated by thunder. See, it like just comes out like that, something like that.
Maybe
Agitated by
Vispotana.
thunder.
That
Yeah.
is
So
Vispotana.
here the three modes of material nature, the Prakriti is agitated. When the Lord glances at the Prakriti, the three modes are agitated and then it gives rise to the living entities. So this is all at the time of creation. In the very beginning, when Mahavishnu is lying down in the causal ocean and he simply glances at the Prakriti and impregnates the Prakriti. How does he impregnate the Prakriti? By agitating the three modes of material nature. So by agitating means by mixing, you can say. See, for example, in a laboratory, if a scientist or if a science student, they want to make uh, they want to make for example, uh, some acid. They want to make some acid. So what do? They mix different chemicals and then they agitate. They stir it up in a container. So that's what exactly the Lord did. So he stirred up, he mixed the three modes of material nature and gave rise to the living entities. Okay. So here a beautiful analogy is given to explain a philosophical point. The analogy is that of a arani wood. Arani wood, it's any type of wood, but especially this is the wood that is used by sages in the olden days. So what's the speciality of this Arani wood? Those days, sages, when they want to ignite fire, when they want to produce light or fire from the wood, they don't need a matchstick. They don't need any lighter or any external source to to produce to produce fire from the wood. They would simply recite some mantras and invoke fire from this Arani wood. So every type of wood has fire within it. But only Arani wood, it's a special type of wood, Arani wood, that was used by the sages to produce fire simply by reciting mantras. Okay? So whether the sages were reciting mantras to produce the fire, or in the modern days we light up, matchstick, or use a lighter or whatever. But the essential point that is being discussed here is, just like how the wood has latent fire. What is latent fire? Latent fire means there is fire in it, but it is not manifested. It is not manifested. It is covered. It is hidden. The fire is hidden in the wood. And when the same wood is exposed to some process, the sages reciting mantras, or we lighting up with a matchstick, when that wood is exposed to a process, then that hidden fire becomes unhidden. That unmanifested fire becomes manifested. And when the fire becomes manifested, what happens to the wood?
It becomes ashes.
Yeah, the wood is completely burnt, and it becomes ashes. It is destroyed. The wood is destroyed basically. The same wood which gives fire, it destroys the wood. So now what is the philosophical point that is being conveyed with this analogy? The philosophical point is, within this body, within this body, there is Lord in the form of Paramatma. There is Lord sitting right in this body. But can we see that Lord now? No. Do we have love? Do we have feelings, emotions for the Lord? Maybe a little bit, but not fully. It is there, that full love, complete emotions, feelings, everything is there in the heart, but it's in a dormant state. It's covered, it's hidden. So this body represents the wood. The body represents the wood. And just like inside the wood there is fire that is hidden, within this body the Paramatma, God, is there, but he is hidden. That is the word channa. Channa means covered, hidden. If you look at the shloka, right? Gunarani channa chidusmapaya. Channa means covered. Chit means consciousness. So we have our soul. The soul is eternal. Soul is pure. Soul is Sachidananda. And along with our soul, there is super soul also. Paramatma is also there. So both individual consciousness and the Paramatma, both are covered. Both are covered. Both are covered by what? Gunas, the three gunas, mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. They are covered by the gunas. They are covered by gunas and also the Arishad Vargas, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha, Matsarya. Anarthas, these are all the anarthas. So our consciousness is by nature it is pure. The soul is by nature pure, but it is covered. That purity of the soul, that consciousness is covered. Similarly, Lord Paramatma is also covered. Guna Arani Ichanna. Guna Arani Channa Chit. Chit means that consciousness. Now, just like how uh, how the wood is exposed to a process to bring out fire from within, similarly, the fire or the process by which this dormant love is awakened is bhakti. That is bhakti. When we perform devotional service, then that fire is uncovered, that fire becomes manifest. That fire means that consciousness and Paramatma both. The body is the wood, and within the wood there is a fire, and that fire is nothing but our consciousness and the Paramatma. And that process to bring out that fire is not external, it's internal only. Just like how the sages did not require any external source to bring out the fire from the arani wood. Similarly, we don't need an external source to bring out this fire from within our body. We just have to cultivate bhakti from in our heart, mind. Then that fire called consciousness and Paramatma, they will manifest. Gunaranichanna chidusmapaya tat kshobha vishpurjita manasaya. Vishpurjita means it will come out. It will come out. That consciousness, right now, currently it is covered. Now, through this process of bringing out through this process of bringing out the fire, that consciousness and Paramatma will come out. They will become manifest. In the purport, yeah, even if you look at the translation, right? Your mind, however, is not attentive to the activities of the modes of nature. Those who are advanced in spiritual knowledge are not subject to the regulative principles directed in the Vedic literatures. Because such advanced souls are transcendental, you personally appear in their pure minds. Therefore, I offer respectful obeisances unto you. Naishkarmya bhavena vivarjitagama swayam prakashaya namaskaromi. So that Lord or Paramatma who is covered, who is hidden right now, he will appear in the minds, manasaya. He will appear in the minds of those people who have Naishkarmya bhava. Naishkarmya bhava means nothing but nishkama karma. Those who are performing nishkama karma. Those are the devotees who do not want any results for themselves. They don't have any material desire. They don't want any material benefits. They offer the results of all of their work to God. Nishkama karma yoga. They see their work as yoga. Yoga means to connect with God. The Sanskrit word yoga, it comes from the root word yuj. It comes from the root word yuj. Yuj means to link, to join. So this is the process. The yoga is the process by which Jivatma is connected to Paramatma or Bhagavan. So that Lord who is covered, who is hidden, he will appear to those people who have this Naishkarmya Bhava. Naishkarmya Bhavena Naishkarmya Bhavena Vivarjitagama Swayam Prakashaya Namaskaromi. Swayam Prakashaya means he himself, the Lord himself will appear to them. Swayam Prakashaya. He himself will give darshan to them. To who? To those people who have this Naishkarmya Bhava. But for those people who are still under the influence of the three gunas, for them he is covered. He does not give darshan. Just like how the fire is covered within the wood, the Lord is covered. He does not give darshan. Now, as soon as the Lord gives darshan, then what happens? For the Nishkama, for the people who have Naishkarmya Bhava, the Lord gives darshan in their mind. Swayam Prakashaya. Then what happens? Using the analogy of the wood, you tell me.
They lose their self.
Hmm?
They lose their self, and they become like completely engulfed, like with God. They completely, their mind is completely joined with God, like union with God, maybe.
Okay, so in case of wood, when the fire is produced, eventually that wood is burnt. The wood will disappear, right? So here, through the process of bhakti, when that Lord is uncovered, when that fire of Lord, when the fire of consciousness is uncovered,
We
what
become pure.
happens? What happens to the wood? What is the wood here? The body is the wood, right? So the
So we
body will
become
disappear.
pure. We become pure. All our anarthas are gone. We become pure after that.
Yes, anarthas are gone. Only then the Lord will give darshan. And when the Lord gives darshan, that means the fire is produced, right? The fire is produced. When the fire is produced, the wood is disappeared. That means this body will disappear.
But Prabhuji, but many people are already enlightened and they still live, right, Prabhuji?
Yeah, I mean eventually, right? Eventually the body will disappear.
Yeah.
That's the meaning. This material body will disappear, and those people who are living but still enlightened, the Jivan Muktas. So at the end of this life, they will go back to spiritual world, and they will never take material body again. That means
Yeah.
the
No new
material
body.
body is completely
Correct.
disappeared.
Disappear. Correct.
Yeah, it's completely disappeared for them. Yeah. So it doesn't mean to say that as soon as the Lord gives darshan in the mind,
Yeah, bro,
the
just
person
carry.
is dead. No, not like that. Eventually, after 20 years, 30 years, whenever the person becomes old and at the end of this life, they'll go back to spiritual world and they will never take this material body again.
And once they get that state, that they don't have to follow any principles, like they don't come under. That's what is mentioned in that purport.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Not only when they go to spiritual world, but even when they are in the material world also. Even when they are material world also, the Jivan Muktas, the pure devotees, self-realized people, they 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 don't have to follow these rules and regulations in the Vedas.
So
Because
they realize themselves that they are self-realized.
yes, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, they'll have that that realization.
okay.
Yeah, that's the realization. When they realize their true identity, when they realize their true self, uh, they will they'll have awareness of the Jivatma, Paramatma, and the relationship between them. They'll have this complete awareness. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Pratyaksha avagamam dharmyam. Pratyaksha avagamam means one can have direct perception. One will have direct perception of their true nature, of their self, of their true identity. One will have direct perception of their their own self, their own self. So so this process to bring out the fire is not external; it is internal. Bhakti, that is a process. Bhakti and knowledge, these are the two things actually. In the purport, if you look at it, Prabhupada, the opening statement itself, he he says, Jnana Deepena Bhashvata. Prabhupada quotes Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter, 11th shloka. Teshamevanukampartam aham ajnana jamtamaha nashayam yatma bhavasto jnana deepena bhashvata. For a devotee who has taken the lotus feet of the Lord within his heart, the Lord gives spiritual enlightenment known as Jnana Deepa by special mercy from within. From within. This Jnana Deepa is compared to the fire hidden within Arani wood. Okay? So, those who are practicing bhakti sincerely, the Lord who is sitting inside us, uh, he will he will show us the lamp called Jnana Deepa, the light of knowledge, the light of knowledge. So with that light or with that knowledge, that fire is uncovered. That fire will bring out. Tesham evanukampartam aham ajnana jamtamaha. And as soon as that fire comes out, then our ajnana, ignorance, is destroyed. That means our body is destroyed. Nashayam atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvata.
We have a new word from the Swayam Prakasha for the Ashtotra.
Yeah, Swayam Prakashaya. Swayam Prakashaya. Chidusmapaya, Vishpurjitaya. Swayam Prakashaya. Yeah, there are two, three words. So here, Gajendra, he represents, Gajendra is the king of elephants. So he represents the soul, the Jivatma, who is caught in the material world. Now, where is Gajendra? Gajendra is in the lake. Okay, so Gajendra is caught by the clutches of the crocodile. So Gajendra is representing the Jivatma, the soul, who is caught in the material world. So the lake that Gajendra is in, that represents material world. And Gajendra represents the Jiva. And the crocodile represents Maya, Maya Shakti, the powerful material illusion that keeps the Jivatma in the material world. That's the binding thing. The Maya Shakti is the binding thing that keeps the soul in the material world. And just like how Gajendra is so powerful. Despite his strength and the support of his family, Gajendra could not free himself from Maya. Now, after he exhausted all his, efforts and false hopes that family members can save him, or devatas, demigods can save him, relatives can save him, friends can save him. So he exhausted all his material efforts. Then Gajendra surrenders completely to the Lord, and then offering all these beautiful prayers. Gajendra did not simply say, "Oh Lord, please come and help, please come and help." He did not cry out like that. But he is offering choicest poetry. He is offering beautiful shlokas as prayers, glorifying the Lord and making an appeal for protection. So when we recite these prayers, Gajendra's prayers, the Lord is pleased because we are glorifying the Lord, and also Gajendra is also pleased. The Lord is pleased for two reasons. One is we are glorifying the Lord, saying that Nama Atma Pradipaya Sakshine Paramatmane Purushaya Adibijaya Mula Prakritaye Namaha, all these things. So we are glorifying the Lord with so many names. So the Lord is pleased for that reason. Second reason why the Lord is pleased is we remind the Lord about Gajendra. For example, when we call Yashoda Nandana, the Lord gets reminded of his mother Yashoda. It's not like he forgets Yashodamma, but no matter what the Lord is doing at that time, no matter where the Lord is, let's say Lord is with Balaram, Krishna is playing with Balaram, and when he's playing with Balaram, he's completely focused in Balaram. He's giving complete attention to Balaram. So that time, if we call Krishna as Yashodanandan, then his attention immediately goes to Yashoda. It's not like he has forgotten Yashoda, but when we call Yashoda while the Lord is busy doing something else, then his attention goes to Yashoda. So because we help the Lord to think about Yashoda, we help the Lord to remind him of Yashoda, he is pleased. And Gajendra is also pleased because we are reciting his stuti. So we get blessings of Gajendra and we get blessings of Bhagavan. So this is the beauty of the prayers. So I'll just say this one last point and then we can end. Out of the Navavida Bhaktis, the 9 devotional processes, starting with Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam, Vandanam, and Atmanivedanam. There is Pada Sevanam in between. So almost every limb has some challenges. For example, Sakyam, servant. To become a true servant, it's very difficult. To become a servant like Hanuman is very difficult. And sorry, Sakyam is Arjuna. Yeah. To become like a friend like Arjuna or Gopa boys in Vrindavan is a very difficult thing. And Dasyam, to become a pure servant, true servant like Hanuman, that's also very difficult. Atmanivedanam like Bali Maharaj, doing complete surrender, surrendering your body, mind, intelligence, ego, everything. Very difficult. Kirtanam. In order to do Kirtanam, you need to have tongue, you need to have ability to speak, and you need to have, uh, you need to have some kind of uh, good voice, and you should be able to speak some poetic words to do kirtanam. Not everybody can do that. And shravanam, in order to do shravanam, in order to hear about God, you need an external person. When somebody is speaking, you are hearing. So you need an external person for that, which may not be possible all the time. When you are sitting at home all by yourself, and if you want to hear about Krishna, you need an external person. You need a second person who can speak about Krishna, and so that you can hear. So like that, almost every limb has some challenge. Challenge in the sense there is some dependency. There is some dependency on the second person. Whereas there are only 2 limbs where there is no dependency. What are those 2 limbs?
Atmanivedanam.
Vishnu
Atmanivedanam?
Swaranam.
No. Atmanivedanam is complete surrender. It's very difficult. Atmanivedanam, yeah, there is no dependency on the second person, but it's very difficult.
Vishnu Smaranam.
Vishnu Swaranam.
Smaranam, yes, very good. And what else?
The Sevanam.
Hmm?
Pada Sevanam.
Padasevanam is also not very easy. It's very difficult. Touching the feet of somebody and then offering some service, it's not very easy.
Vandanam.
Vandanam, yes. Yeah. There are no practical challenges to do Vandanam. To offer prayers, there are no practical challenges. So what we are doing, discussing all these prayers, Gajendra Stuti, Mukundamala Stotram, Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram, Rukmini prayers, Kunti Stuti, these are all Vandanam only. So when we offer these prayers sincerely, then we can do Smarana nicely. So this Vandanam and Smarana, these 2 limbs are very, very special, which can be practiced very easily by anyone. And there is no dependency. You don't need a second person. All you need is the Lord and you, the deity of the Lord and you. Even if there's no deity also, when you are reciting Gajendra Stuti, that's Vandanam, that's a prayer. You can think about the deity in your mind and offer these prayers. So in Bhagavad Gita, I'll just say this one last thing and conclude. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, out of all the 574 shlokas that he spoke, there's only one shloka where he says this process of bhakti is sulabham. Just like in Mukundamala Stotra, Kulshekar Alvar says, what is that shloka where he says bhakti is sulabham? Dhyayasva Narayana. Um, we need to go back to Mukundamala Stotra very soon. आलस्यं व्यपनीय भक्तिसुलभं ध्यायस्व नारायणं लोकस्य व्यसनापनोदनकरो दासस्य किं न क्षमः. The first part of the shloka is Mabhirmandamano vichintya bahuda yamiswaram yatana namina prabhavanti paparipavaha swamina nu sridhara. Alasyam vyapaniya bhakti sulabham dhyayasva narayana. So just like how Kulshekar Alvar is saying, bhakti is very sulabha, very easy to perform. In Bhagavad Gita, out of all the 574 shlokas, only in one shloka, Krishna tells that bhakti is sulabha. But how bhakti is sulabham? This is what Krishna says. Ananya cheta satatam yomam smarati nityasaha tasyaham sulabha partha nitya yukta upasate. Ananya cheta satatam yomam smarati nityasaha. Smarati means whoever remembers me all the time. For them, I am easily obtained. Tasya aham sulabha partha. For them, I am easily obtained. So now, in order to practice smarana, in order to develop smarana, remembrance of the Lord, we have to offer prayers to the Lord. That, oh Lord, please give me your remembrance. Because only by the mercy of the Lord we can remember Him. And how can we get that mercy? By offering prayers. Like how Kulshekar Alvar prays. Avismritis tvaccharanāravinde bhave bhave mestu bhavat prasadat. Bhavat prasadat means only by your mercy I can remember you. So please give me that remembrance. Just like in this shloka, the current shloka 16, Gunaranichanna chidusmapaya takshobha vishpurjita manasaya Naishkarmya bhavena vivarjitagama swayam prakashaya namaskaromi. Swayam prakashaya. The Lord at His own will, only by His desire, He will give His darshan. Swayam prakashaya. But when will He give His darshan? When He is pleased with our bhakti. Naishkarmya bhavena. when he is pleased with our bhakti, naishkarmya bhavena, he will become Swayam Prakasha. So, okay, so in simple words, right now our consciousness is covered by the three gunas, Gunarani Channa Chidusmapaya, Tatshobha Vishpurjita Manasaya, and the process to bring out that fire from within this wood called body is bhakti and knowledge. Then the Lord will become Swayam Prakasha, he will give darshan. Okay, so any question, comment, reflection? All good? Okay, we'll pause here. Tomorrow I have service in the temple at 8:30. I'll ask Lavanya if she can take a session and and give you all darshan of Sitamma. So I'll talk to her in the morning. Okay. If she is not available, then we might have to cancel the class. I'll keep you posted in the group tomorrow. Okay. Mangalam Kausalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Gajendra Stuti ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Narayana Khila Guru Bhagavan
Bhagavan
Namaste.
Namaste.
Narayana Guru Bhagavan Namaste.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.